As we shift away from in-person environments to virtual ones, one thing that does not change is the need for connection. It creates high-performing teams that are more innovative and resilient. Rooms with high connection are spaces that generate energy rather than deplete it. And ultimately, it makes us all happier. Human beings are built for connection, after all. Let's start by putting ourselves in the mind of the audience. First, many people enter virtual meetings from a place of discomfort. From the moment they log on, they feel exposed in their own home with a close-up camera that showcases everything. Talk about unnatural. It's hard to connect when we feel uncomfortable. Second, every time you speak on a virtual platform, it is in front of the entire group, and we know how most people feel about public speaking. There's spontaneous opportunity to connect in a live room. In a virtual space, you can't. You can't turn to your neighbor and have a quick chat. And those loose and casual conversations before the meeting that help everyone relax are gone. Third, distractions. We talk about this throughout the course. How can a person connect if they aren't even giving the virtual meeting their full attention? This is why it is even more critical that you consider your style, how you organize your content, and how you create moments of interactivity. It will be necessary to forge connections. All of these issues add up to a loss of psychological safety. Studies show that psychological safety is instrumental in getting a group to be creative, speak their minds, and take risks that can lead to innovation. Without psychological safety, connection is impossible. So with all this in mind, how exactly can you create safe virtual environments that allow for connection? Let's look at 6 ways you can create an environment in which your audience can connect. Number 1, start with purpose and intention. At the root of any successful connection is a shared purpose. Is there a common goal for which everyone is aligned? You can imagine that if everyone has a different reason for being there, connection would be really hard. Then, think about intention. How does the group view their own role? To listen? To participate? To just dial in? Again, imagine that with different intentions, connection is even harder. Number 2, let each person know you care. People don't care about what you know until they know how much you care. While we might want to separate our personal lives from our professional lives, even under the best circumstances, it's really hard to do that. When hopping on a virtual call from your home, without the transition we normally get when we go to work, keeping the two separate can be near impossible. Be sure to think about what your group needs. Do they need an ear to vent? Time to transition? A little high five from a project completed recently? Has there been a pandemic? A death? A birth to celebrate? Or has it simply been a busy week? If you can tap into the needs of your audience, you can create a safe place to connect. Number 3, create sensory experiences. Are you using words that people can see, touch, hear, and smell? In other words, how are you using the power of story to help make a connection? A story is like a bridge between something you know and care about and something your audience does not yet know or care about. If you want to get people to care quickly, a story might just do the trick. Number 4, leave space for quiet. People process information in different ways, but what we do know is that your audience can't really think if you're busy talking. As a presenter and leader, you can support this need to think by providing space and quiet with deliberate moments of reflection. The trick with silence is that you have to get comfortable with it. Set a timer if you need to. Count your breaths. Just be sure to give the quiet time your audience needs. Number 5, create moments of equitable conversation. The truth is, there are always some people in a group who are very comfortable speaking up, and they can monopolize the conversation, especially online. This makes it hard to connect with every person in the room. In order to foster conversation that is equitable, in which every voice is heard, it is important to make sure you create instructions where everyone is invited and expected to answer. No one voice can dominate, and each person gets to be heard. Number 6, have some fun. Nothing loosens people up more than play. Children need play in order to thrive, and the truth is, adults need it too. Consider using games to get people laughing or to ignite a casual, competitive spirit. Your audience will feel so much more comfortable and be able to connect after they let off some steam. We hope you can use these ideas as ingredients that you can mix together to foster connection in your virtual environments.